afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for July 1st, 2016. As you see, it's about 19 minutes before the close. Today was all about what we had warned on the premium edition I showed on the free video yesterday. We weren't oversold yet. Everybody thought dead cat bounce. You had this big old bullish engulfing follow through in here, and as you see on the left, we're finally starting to get a little above the zero line, so to speak. But look at it on a 78-minute on the right. The entire time we've gone up. We haven't had any negative divergence yet. Maybe a little right here, but not yet. And we're above everything on a 78-minute chart. That's the problem with saying, I'm going to go swing short. I'm sure we're going down. It just isn't there to do yet. Now, the thing about that is it doesn't mean later there won't be a time tomorrow or the next day, but the whole key is it isn't there yet. Go and put this on a different chart in here. 78 on the left, 15 on the right. Had some fake outs, I'm sure. But look at a 39 in here. The whole key is when you have an extended period above the ATR trailing stop, the first cross isn't a short. It creates oversold condition. It's always about the quality of the next rally, and as you saw, we kept going up. So there'll be a time to short, but it's not yet. So that's what you want to see. So to sum up what's going on in the market, the ES is up 1975. Last day of the month, sometimes you get some crazy stuff by the close in the next 18 minutes. NASDAQ up 40, Russell up 14. Bonds, another muted reaction, only down 13. I had more people, well, we'll go into it in a minute, more people say, well, we're going to go down because bonds won't go down, and that just doesn't work anymore. Crude oil down 141, gold down 280, not really much of anything. Advanced decline, pretty positive, up about 15 right now. At one time it was about 0. Transport's up only 52. You have the Nikkei down 30. Just you're not seeing much of anything in here except a slow melt up. Now, why did we go up today? Number one, the oversold part. Number two, you're going to see in here a very interesting situation that the market looked lousy this morning. Like I said, little negative divergence, and I want you to see this pop right here at 10:30. What happened in here at 10:30 is that Mondelez, MDLZ, threw out a bid for Hershey's. As you see in here. So what happened is, if you go through a 2-minute chart, the idea of just a big old takeover turned around some of the banks. Look at this when this was right there, 10:32. Look when the ES started going up, 10:34. Very interesting in here. So this this made the mood improve in the overall market. And when this mood improved, the whole market went up. Obviously, it got over its ATR trailing stop, but this kind of thing made the market go up. Now, the other thing in here, how does Goldman Sachs make money? They make money from the yield spread. We've talked about this 8 million times, that right here, that if you have a sharp curve between the long term and the short term, that's good for Goldman Sachs. The problem is we don't have that right now. We have a flatter yield curve. And the whole problem with that is it's hard for them to make money. So how are they going to make money? They can from deals. And I'll tell you right now, you look at a 2-minute chart of Goldman Sachs, and they announced with the bank the stress test, and they came out fine, and they can buy back their stock. But the stock looked lousy. And guess when it started going up? Right when Hershey's announced their deal. Because those type of big deals can really help a company like Goldman Sachs, which underwrites a lot of the deals. And sure enough, it took off like a rocket after that and just kept going all day until right now. So very interesting there, just to keep that in mind, that was something that a lot of people were looking at in there. And so the banks went up, a lot of takeover companies went up, and that just improved sentiment on Wall Street. And that's the way I saw it in there. Now, where do we go from here? Number one, I want you to see this with the transports. I know it's a broken record in here, but I want you to realize that the transports still are having a muted reaction. Eventually, that's going to affect the market. When you have this takeover stuff, it's not going to affect it yet. Sorry about this with the quotes. Something's wrong with the quotes as you see in here. There we go. This is what I want you to see. Look at the SPX up here and look at the transports down here. Eventually that's going to make a difference. The problem is you can't just go in short on that reason. You have to wait for things to cross, which, like we haven't seen yet. So definitely keep that in mind. But it's something I'm watching. I mean, no doubt about it, this divergence. Next thing in here, how about the SPX and the ESs? How's it doing when it comes to working off overbought, oversold? Like I mentioned, ESs react. The MAC reacts a lot more in the ESs than the SPX because the ESs is 24 hours. The SPX isn't. As you see, it's finally working off the oversold. And how did it work off the oversold? In a really strong way. Whether we want to admit it or not, this oversold didn't sit here and just flag out. It sat and did that, getting to the zero line almost near a new high. So it's real dangerous in here right now. What I do on both is I wait for a cross. Whether it's a 15-minute, whether it's a 39 or 78, if I had a hedge fund manager or my significant other breathing down my neck saying, why are you shorting here? You better say, well, it's because it crossed its moving average and some other reasons. You don't see a lot of reasons yet to short. Doesn't mean we can't gap down later because we're getting up near resistance. But all I'm saying is intraday, you can't touch this until it crosses something. So that's what we're looking at in here. The other thing we're going to find in here, and it's going to be really exciting, are all these deals. This morning on the premium site, we were talking all about the STRZA and the Lionsgate deal. And we were talking about how to trade it. And I'm telling you right now, there were a lot of people that made a lot of money in that in simpler stocks. Now, just so you know, what we include in here is a chat room from 9 to 10 in the morning. Premium videos a lot more in depth than what you're hearing now, and the email alerts. And within those email alerts, I send out stock ideas, index ideas, and unusual option activity. We were talking about Hershey's for a month now. We were talking about stars for a month. And both of those just kicked in today, which is really exciting. But the reason I'm mentioning this is we were going over this morning on how to trade these type of stocks, how there's a ratio with this, on how the acquiring stocks usually sell off. And that put this on here, and on the opening, you usually can short them. This was a good one. A lot of people shorted this around 23 on the opening because we're on from 9 a.m. to 10. So we're there for right on the opening, and we were saying this is a good spot in here to short it, and a lot of people made at least 2 points. They made 10% in 20 minutes. That's pretty impressive in here. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, we're going to be going over it. There were a lot of takeover ideas. There's Hershey's, there's Lionsgate, there are rumors and things like FireEye and Skyworks Solutions. Now, what I want you to realize in this is, for $7, you get a 30-day trial that would include all this. There were some people that emailed me and said some of the stuff paid for it for 5 years. So that's pretty neat. Other thing in here, I want you to realize there are, it's not just simpler stocks. There's simpler options, simpler trading, and there's a lot of other things coming out in here with seminars, free seminars, paid seminars. I was trying to show you some of them, and I'm gagging on finding them right here, so give me a second in here. One of them is called simplertrading.com/numbers. Right here. The secrets to consistent profits in any market condition, Tuesday, June 28th. There's an archive for that. You can go back and listen to the webinar. Second thing in here is, let me get it in here. Is this one, the game changer. On this free webinar, Trading, you'll discover 2 new indicators that identify no-brainer signals. That's Thursday. That's tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Central. Claim your seat in there. Just go into here and go Simpler Trading/Game Changer right in here. So I hope you can copy and paste that in there. That's John Carter talking about things. I'm telling you, I love listening to his stuff. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this video. I will be talking to you tomorrow. I hope you can try to take advantage of this offer we have, because I'm telling you, I'm excited about it, because there were so many things to do today for people to make money. So everybody take care. Talk to you later.